The nightingale and the rose. Let's continue our knot. Write down next paragraph. In a moonlit night, in a moonlit night, in a moonlit night, the nightingale, the nightingale the nightingale goes to the red rose tree, goes to the red rose tree, goes to the red rose tree for the production of, for the production, goes to the red rose tree for the production of the red rose, red rose, red rose. Full stop. On the instructions of the rose tree, on the instructions of the rose tree, on the instructions of the rose tree, the nightingale, the nightingale keeps her heart, keeps her heart on a rose thorn, Thorn, on a rose thorn, and begins to sing, begins to sing love songs, begins to sing love songs. Full stop. She first sings of how the emotion of love, how the emotion of love is created in the hearts of a young boy and a girl. Please quote. She sang first of the birth of love in the heart of a boy and a girl. Go on writing. With the effect of this song, with the effect of this song, a white rose, with the effect of this song, a white rose appears, a white rose appears like the mist, like the mist, like the mist. The rose tree, next sentence, the rose tree encourages, 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 the rose tree encourages the nightingale to keep singing, to keep singing to keep singing before, keep singing because before the sunrise, keep singing because before the sunrise, they have to finish the creation of the red rose. Full stop. The nightingale begins another collection of love song, another collection of love song of how spiritual love, how spiritual love, SPRITUS, spiritual love is created in the soul, SOUL, in the soul of man and a maid. Please caught. She sang of birth, of passion. She sang of birth of passion in the soul of man and maid. Go on writing. After this love song, after this love song, after this love song, the white rose changes. The white rose changes into a pink rose. Pink rose. Pink rose. To make the pink rose red, to make the pink rose red, the nightingale the nightingale the nightingale needs to offer her blood and music to the red rose tree, the red rose tree. Red rose tree. Finally, when the nightingale begins her third round of love song, her third round of love song, the sharp rose thorn pierces, Pierces, pierces her heart and begins to absorb ABSORB, her blood. Full stop. The meaning The meaning of her last song is 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 to show the creation of an eternal love. Creation of an eternal love. Eternal, eternal love that will remain even after the lover's death. Even after the lover's death. Please quote these words. She sang of love. She sang of love that is perfected by death, of the love that dies not in the tomb. Full stop. Next paragraph. At the end of these songs, the end of these songs, the end of the creation of the red rose also, the end of the creation of the red rose also comes. Full stop. It is also the end of the nightingale's life. Full stop. The pink cross turns into red, like a ruby. Turns into red like a ruby. And the nightingale embraces, embraces, embraces death, death, death. Embraces death. She promises her, she fulfills, next sentence. She fulfills her promise to the young student. She fulfills her promise to the young student sacrifice in her life. Sacrifice in her life. Now there is a red rose. Now there is a red rose by the student's window. Full stop. He may take it to his lover. He may take it to his lover and take part in the dancing party. Take part in the dancing party. Right. That is the end of that fourth part of the short story. We'll go to the last part of the short story. Okay, take the book into your hand. Page 25. And at noon, the student opened his window and looked out. Now, the following morning, the student gets up. He opens the window. He looks out. Now he happens to see this red rose. He's very happy. Oh, what a wonderful piece of luck. It's a great luck. Actually, this is not luck. This is Nightingale sacrifice. There is no luck if you do not try. උත්සාහ නොකළොත් luck කියන එක නැහැ. Therefore, try. There is no luck without attempts, without trying. Here's a red rose. I have never seen any rose like it in all my life. It's so beautiful. I am sure it has a long Latin name. This rose must have a long Latin name. This is only what he knows, because he has practiced so many Latin names of the trees and animals. He thinks this rose must also have a Latin name. He leaned down, looked down, plucked it, picked it up. Then he put on his hat, ran up to the professor's house with the rose in his hand. Now the student runs to the professor's house with so many hopes, so many expectations. He's very happy, overflowing with happiness. The daughter of the professor was sitting in the doorway, wound in blue silk, creating blue silk on a reel, on a roll or reel, and her little dog was lying at her feet. Now, this is the first time we meet the third character of the short story, the professor's daughter. Now we meet her. Now the student goes with the red rose in his hand, like a true lover. The red rose is Nightingale's sacrifice. The red rose is symbolic of love, true love. Now the student demands the promise. You said that you would dance with me. You promised to dance with me if I brought you a red rose. Now I have brought a red rose. Please fulfill your promise. On the red rose ගෙනාව දැන් පොරොන්දු ඉටු කරන්න. What happens? Ironically, the student's hope does not come true. Here is the reddest rose in all the world. Reddest rose in the whole world. You will wear it, underline. You will wear it next to your heart, and And as we dance together, it will tell you how I love you. Now the student says, this red rose is a symbol of my love. Please wear it close to your heart. And the red rose will tell you how much I love you. Now in this way, the student open-heartedly expresses his love for the girl. But the girl frowned. Frown means look angrily. The girl looked at the boy angrily. She does not like this. Finally, she says, I am afraid it will not go with my dress. Oh, I am very sorry. This rose never goes with my new dress. It does not match. She rejects the rose. And besides, the Chamberlain's nephew, the minister's son is very rich. He has sent me some real jewels. I like jewels. I do not like flowers. The girl directly says. Everybody knows that jewels cost far more than flowers. Underline. Everybody knows that jewels are much more valuable than flowers. Now, this is how this girl views or sees, notices, or understands love. For her, love means something valuable, like money and jewelry. A social status. Her love has a social status, right? Now the girl rejects the boy and the red rose. The student has nothing to do. He is disappointed. He is very angry. He says, well, upon my word, you are very ungrateful. You are ungrateful. You are not thankful. Ungrateful means not thankful. You does not even thank for the red rose, said the student angrily. And he threw the rose into the street. He put the rose into the street where it fell into the gutter and cartwheel went over it. A horse cart went over the rose, destroying it. Now that is the end of Nightingale's sacrifice. Useless. Nightingale's sacrifice is useless. Now the red rose is destroyed. What is the idea? In this human world, there is no place for true love. There is no place for true love. In the human world, love is based on money, social status, and beauty, and all other things. Ungrateful. Yes, ungrateful. I tell you. Now these are the girls coming. You are very rude. You are very rude boy, bad boy. And after all, who are you? Who are you? Only a student. You are only a student. Why don't I? Why? I don't believe you have even got silver buckles. Underline silver buckles. A symbol of money. Symbol of wealth. You don't have wealth and money. You are not rich. You are very poor boy. I don't like you. You see? The shoes. You have no silver buckles on your shoes like the Chamberlain's nephew, but the minister's sons, he has shoes with silver buckles. He's very rich, unlike you. She got up from a chair and went into the house. Now that is the end of the young student's love. He is completely disappointed, angry. He returns home empty-handed. Now no dancing party, no red rose, nothing. What a silly thing love is, underline. Now the student comments on love. Love is silly and foolish, said the student as he walked away. Underline. It is not half as useful as logic. Now love is not logical. It is not useful as logic. Logic is a subject. Because, underline, it does not prove anything. Love does not prove anything. Underline all these words. Love does not prove anything, and it is always telling one of things that are not going to happen. Love is not true. It tells lies. Love is cheating, hypocritic. Love is not open-hearted. Love is foolish. Now the student is angry about this love and he criticizes it and making one believe things that are not true. Love is full of falsehood. In fact, it is quite unpractical. Love is not practical. And in this age, everything should be practical. Now he is an educated character. He looks at love from the educated point of view. Love should be practical. It must have practical value. I shall go back to philosophy. Philosophy means subject. I will go back to study my philosophy and metaphysics. Metaphysics is also subject, some science subject. Now student returns to his education. He forgets his love. He forgets his romantic feelings. He understands what is most important is education now. So he returned to his room and pulled a great dusty book. Now he takes a book to study. Now books are also dusty because he has forgotten them for a while because of love. Finally, the student returns to his education, his books, and begins to study, forgetting his fatuous love, unreal love. He understands love is cheating, but education is not cheating. It gives me knowledge, it gives me skills and talents. Therefore, he returns back to education. Now, even you have an exam on the way, forget your lovers, and return to your exam and books and begin to study books. After the exam, think of your love, right? That is the advice given by this short story. That is the advice given by this short story. In the next session, we write down the note on the last part of our discussion of the short story.